On this Sunday, November 3rd, 2024, it seems almost certain that Donald J. Trump will again become U.S. president. This is very, very bad news. Indeed, as I will show in the next 3 minutes, the most powerful elected position in the world might soon be held by the greatest criminal in history. Do you think I am going too far? Just keep watching. First, we must recognize what organized human life is. It is what we take for granted: a long life, security, comfort, available food, medicine, technology, protection from contagious diseases, the rule of law, and an organized political system. Here is what unorganized human life is: being forced to survive by constantly moving, no security, no shelter, and eating whatever you can scavenge, much like our ancestors several thousands of years ago, or many refugees today. In his 8 years in politics, Donald J. Trump has been systematically attacking all that makes organized human life possible just to line his pockets and that of his friends. He is, in fact, the most dangerous man alive.
Coronavirus, right? Kung flu, yeah.
Crime number 1. Responsibility for the death of hundreds of thousands or more during the COVID pandemic. How, you may ask? As soon as he entered office, Trump dismantled the CDC response force to pandemics put in place by the Obama administration.
I don't like having thousands of people around when you don't need them.
Trump also refused to involve the federal government in the COVID response effort, awarding the U.S. by far the most COVID deaths on the planet.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is...
Crime 2. Attacking the U.S. democracy. Democracy is not based on laws, but on guidelines and the assumption that people will behave decently. For instance, Richard Nixon, by no means an angel, when exposed in the Watergate scandal, just resigned and left office quietly. We all know what Trump did. He did not leave office after being impeached in 2019, and he pressured officials to find votes to overturn the 2020 election. When all that failed, he sent a mob to the Capitol to try to keep the new government from taking power, killing several people in the process.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people.
They were there with love in their heart. That was an unbelievable, and it was a beautiful day.
Crime 3. Pulling out of nuclear weapons control agreements. This suicidal move makes the possibility of nuclear war, either intended or accidental, much more probable, as reminded by the doomsday clock moving 30 seconds closer to midnight in 2017.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Trump has been feeding the American public over and over that their falling standard of living and dwindling purchasing power is not because of the top 1% getting obscenely richer, but rather the fault of people who have lost everything because of war or climate change. This disgusting fabrication is a direct parallel to the far-right claim in the early 20th century that Jews were the cause of all of society's problems. Being responsible for the deaths of thousands, attacking U.S. democracy, bringing the world closer to nuclear war, and turning the middle class against the poor are already serious crimes. They, however, pale in comparison to the last. Crime number 5. Irreversible destruction of the only livable place accessible to humans.
When I hear these people talking about global warming, that's the global warming you have to worry about, not that the ocean's going to rise in 400 years an eighth of an inch.
When Trump took office, the world was nearing tipping points to uncontrollable warming. He pulled out of the Paris Agreement, pushed forward extraction of fossil fuels and their use to produce electricity, among similar catastrophic measures. As a result, we are now past most of these tipping points and look at the certitude of famines, droughts, and a large proportion of the planet becoming inhabitable. Organized human life will be impossible within a couple of generations. Why did he do it? Didn't he know? Of course he did. He was barred in 2020 from building a wall to protect one of his golf clubs in Ireland against erosion and rising sea levels. The justification? Climate change. As long as he can line his pockets and those of his rich friends, it does not matter if the world as we know it ends in 2 generations. He won't see it anyway. So, there you have it. Donald J. Trump, the greatest criminal in history, about to take power again. And he will do much worse this time.
We will drill, baby, drill. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote. We love this guy. He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one.
So, what should we do with him? You will decide on November 5th, 2024. Stay home or vote Republican, and he will be president again. Vote Democrat, no matter how much you like or hate Kamala and Biden, and he might go to prison instead. Your choice.